Hi Reddit. First time posting here. I honestly never thought I'd be this guy, the suspicious husband, typing into the void at 1:30 in the morning. But here I am. I 32M, have been married to my wife Lena, 29F for 5 years. No kids. Decent careers. We live in a mid-sized city, and life has been, for the most part, steady and simple. We're not flashy people. We split chores, go out on the weekends. Binge shows, all the normal couple stuff, or that is what I thought. The backstory. About 8 months ago, Lena started taking Ubers everywhere. She got into a fender bender in her own car and decided not to get it repaired right away. Said she didn't want the stress of driving anymore. Okay, fair enough. But what struck me as odd was that she started using the same Uber driver repeatedly. She even talked about him, Mason, like he was some sort of casual friend. She'd say things like, "Mason's the only one who doesn't drive like a lunatic. He's really chill. I feel safe with him. He always knows the fastest routes like some GPS ninja." I didn't think too much of it. I mean, maybe she just appreciated good service, and yeah. She started dressing nicer when she left the house. But I chalked that up to work stress or self-care or whatever. I trusted her blindly. The shift. Fast forward to the past few weeks. Something started to feel off. She was more distant. Always texting but never letting me see her screen. She started going out more, even when she didn't have anywhere obvious to go. I asked her once, "Is everything okay?" She rolled her eyes and said, "God, you're being paranoid. Can I not have a life without you interrogating me?" Yelled at me like I accused her of murder. Total overreaction. Then she pouted the rest of the night, like I was the villain. That was the first time a real pit formed in my stomach. What made me write this tonight? She got home late. Said she was with coworkers. I didn't question it. I've learned to pick my battles. But she left her purse on the counter and went to shower. I'll admit it, I looked. I wasn't proud of it. Still not. But something told me to check. Found a receipt from 2 days ago. Not from work. Not from any store. It was from a boutique hotel, less than 10 minutes from our house. The name on the receipt, Mason D. That same damn name. I haven't confronted her yet. I'm still sitting here with the receipt next to me. Trying to breathe, trying not to scream. Maybe it's innocent. Maybe there is some explanation. But deep down, I think I already know that I couldn't sleep. After I found that hotel receipt with Mason D.'s name on it, I barely slept. My heart was in my throat the entire night. I laid next to Lena in bed, her breathing slow and peaceful, and I just stared at the ceiling, wondering how long I'd be an I've king joke in my own marriage. By morning, I had made a decision. I had to know for sure. I took a personal day from work. Called in, made up something about food poisoning. Lena was already dressed and doing her usual heading to work routine, hair curled, perfume heavy. And I just knew the follow. She ordered an Uber from her phone. Said goodbye like nothing was wrong. I watched from the upstairs window. When the car pulled up, I recognized him. Mason. Black Nissan. He got out, opened the door for her, like he was picking up a damn queen. She smiled like she hadn't smiled at me in weeks. I hopped in my car and followed. Kept back, took side streets when I could. Heart pounding. I don't know how I didn't crash. They drove for about 15 minutes and eventually parked behind a gas station. Sketchy spot. Secluded near a side alley. I parked across the street and then I saw it. What I saw, I swear to God. I almost threw up right there in the front seat. They didn't even get out of the car. She climbed into the front and kissed him hard. They were all over each other like horny teenagers. Her hands were everywhere. His seat reclined. Her head disappeared from view. You get the picture. In broad daylight in his F-King car. The same one she probably raved about to her friends. I sat there frozen. Couldn't he breathe? I didn't even take out my phone at first. I just stared wide-eyed as the woman I married desecrated everything we built in a goddamn rideshare vehicle with some dirtbag driver. Eventually, I snapped out of it. I took pictures. Video. Not for revenge, for protection. I know how manipulative Lena can be. Aftermath. I didn't confront her when she got home. I couldn't. She walked in like nothing had happened, said she was tired from a long day, and asked if we had any clean towels. I couldn't even look at her. She noticed. What's with you lately? You've been weird all week. Yeah, I'm the weird one. I didn't respond. Just walked past her. I'm planning my next move. Lawyer consult is scheduled for Monday. I never thought I'd be the guy who gets cheated on by his wife with a goddamn Uber driver. But here I am, and it's just the beginning. I couldn't sleep. After I found that hotel receipt with Mason D.S. name on it, I barely slept. My heart was in my throat the entire night. I laid next to Lena in bed, her breathing slow and peaceful, and I just stared at the ceiling wondering how long I'd be an F-King joke in my own marriage. By morning, I had made a decision. I had to know for sure. I took a personal day from work. Called and made up something about food poisoning. Lena was already dressed and doing her usual heading to work routine. Hair curled, perfume heavy. And I just knew the follow. She ordered an Uber from her phone. Said goodbye like nothing was wrong. I watched from the upstairs window. When the car pulled up, I recognized him. Mason. Black Nissan. He got out, opened the door for her, like he was picking up a damn queen. She smiled like she hadn't smiled at me in weeks. I hopped in my car and followed. Kept back, took side streets when I could. Heart pounding. I don't know how I didn't crash. They drove for about 15 minutes and eventually parked behind a gas station. Sketchy spot. Secluded near a side alley. I parked across the street, and then I saw it. What I saw, I swear to God. I almost threw up right there in the front seat. They didn't even get out of the car. She climbed into the front and kissed him hard. They were all over each other like horny teenagers. Her hands were everywhere. His seat reclined. Her head disappeared from view. You get the picture. In broad daylight in his F-King car. The same one she probably raved about to her friends. I sat there frozen. Couldn't he breathe? I didn't even take out my phone at first. I just stared wide-eyed as the woman I married desecrated everything we built. In a goddamn rideshare vehicle with some dirtbag driver. Eventually, I snapped out of it. I took pictures. Video. Not for revenge, for protection. I know how manipulative Lena can be. Aftermath. I didn't confront her when she got home. I couldn't. She walked in like nothing had happened. Said she was tired from a long day and asked if we had any clean towels. I couldn't even look at her. She noticed. What's with you lately? You've been weird all week. Yeah, I'm the weird one. I didn't even respond. Just walked past her. I'm planning my next move. Lawyer consult is scheduled for Monday. I never thought I'd be the guy who gets cheated on by his wife with a goddamn Uber driver. But here I am, and it's just the beginning. The confrontation. I waited until after dinner. She was scrolling on her phone, curled up on the couch like it was just another Tuesday. I sat across from her and said, I know. She looked up. Know what? I followed you. I saw everything. You and Mason in the car. There was this weird pause. A half second where she didn't move. Didn't blink like she was calculating how to spit it. Then came the explosion. You followed me. Are you insane? That ass talking. Do you hear yourself right now? That ass right. She didn't deny it. She went straight into attack mode. Her lies. I tried to stay calm. I told her I had pictures. Video. That I wasn't accusing. I was telling her I knew. She laughed. Laughed. So you've been spying on me like some creepy little husband while I'm just trying to live my life. I asked her how long it had been going on. She rolled her eyes. I don't owe you details, honestly. You haven't even been present in this marriage for a long time. Mason listens. He sees me. You just exist. That hit harder than I expected. Then she dropped this gem. It's not even that serious. We're just talking. Yeah, just talking with your mouth on his lap. The gaslighting. She flipped the entire thing around. Told me I pushed her into it. That I was emotionally distant. That I was never adventurous. That I made her feel invisible. She even had the nerve to say, if you had paid more attention to me, I wouldn't have had to look elsewhere. That was it. I told her the marriage was over. That I'm filing for divorce. That I'm done playing the fool while she lives out some trashy fantasy in the back of a Honda Civic. Her reaction. Full meltdown. Screaming. Crying. Pacing the room. Telling me I was throwing everything away over one mistake. That I'm being dramatic. That I'm too sensitive. She even accused me of ruining her life because I caught her. That is the level of delusion we're dealing with here. Where I'm at. I haven't told anyone yet. Not friends, not family. I'm embarrassed. ashamed, angry, but also calm. Weirdly calm. Because for the first time in months, I'm not wondering anymore. I know who she is, and I know what I have to do. The next post will probably be about the lawyer meeting and how the separation is going. I'm documenting everything. Protecting myself. Thanks to everyone reading this. It means more than you know. The legal talk. Saw the attorney 2 days after the confrontation. Brought every screenshot text. Hotel receipt, even the time-stamped video. Lawyer didn't teeth flinch. Said you've got grounds. Clear misconduct. File immediately. So I did. Filed on the basis of adultery and requested full control over our shared assets, since she was the one who violated the marital contract. We don't have kids, thank God. No shared businesses. Just one condo, I paid the down payment, one joint account, mostly my income, and a few shared household items. I thought it'd be clean. Civil even. But then Lena got her a lawyer. Her demands. Ready for this half the condo. Half the savings. Spousal support. And wait for it, the car I paid off last year. Her reasoning, I gave the best years of my life to this marriage. Just because I made a mistake doesn't mean I deserve to be left with nothing. A mistake you don't accidentally cheat on your husband. In the backseat of a ride, share her entitlement. When I confronted her about the demands, she said you think you can just walk away. Like the victim you were called. You shut down. I was lonely. And then you're not taking everything from me. Just because I slept with someone else. That is pathetic. No remorse. No guilt. No apology. She even called me manipulative for hiring a lawyer before she had a chance to process. Lena's turned into a walking contradiction. 1 second crying, the next yelling. Then cold and smug like she's playing chess. Where I am at. I'm emotionally fried, but I'm staying firm. My lawyer says this happens more than people realize. Cheaters trying to cash out of the relationship they destroyed. I've changed the locks. Moved my money. Cut off all non-legal communication. She can scream and cry and twist reality all she wants. I'm done being dragged through the dirt. But something tells me she has not finished yet. And if I know Lena, the worst may still be coming. Thanks for sticking with me. Next update soon. The setup. Last night she came over to talk. I was hesitant, but since we still have shared property, stuff to figure out, I agreed. We met at the condo. She showed up in a low-cut dress, full makeup heels, the whole first date fantasy package. Haven't seen her look like that in months. Maybe years. She smiled like nothing had happened. Can we just talk, no lawyers? No yelling. I sat down. Kept my distance. I was ice cold. She, of course, moved closer. Her pitch. She started reminiscing. Remember our trip to Miami when we couldn't keep our hands off each other? You used to look at me like I was everything. You still look good, you know. You always did. Then she put her hand on my leg. Why are we doing this? Why let one stupid mistake ruin everything? We can fix this. I didn't he move. Didn't he even blink. Just let her talk herself into a corner. What I said when she finally paused to breathe. I looked her dead in the eye and said, "You didn't he just cheat. You lied, gaslit me, blamed me, and now you want to screw your way back into comfort. That's not love. That's desperation." She went dead silent. Then the mask dropped fast. The meltdown. She stood up furious. "You're a effing robot." No emotion. No passion. This is why I left in the first place. Side note, she left. I must be missed that. Then the tears came. Hysterical, loud, performative. You're really going to throw away 5 years over one mistake? I told her she already threw it away the second she climbed into someone else's front seat. With no shame, I walked out and told her she had 10 minutes to lock up and leave. She called me cold, heartless, and 100 other things I stopped listening to a long time ago. Where I'm at, I'm done. There is no closure to get from a person like that. Number apology that would ever feel real. Just paperwork and silence. The seductive act, the breakdown, it wasn't to love. It was control. One last grab at the wheel before I drove away for good. Not happening. The knock. It was around 8:45 p.m. I was watching TV, trying to unwind when someone knocked. 3 quick raps, then silence. I checked the doorbell cam, and my blood went cold. It was him. Black bomber jacket. Hands in his pockets. Calm. Too calm. The conversation. I opened the door just enough to speak through the chain. "Me, you have 3 seconds to leave before I call the cops." He smirked. "Chill, man. I just wanted to talk me. We have nothing to talk about." "You're screwing a married woman." He tilted his head like a dog hearing a whistle. Was married past tense. "You filed right. She told me that hit me wrong." She told him about the divorce, about me. He leaned in a little. "She's not who you think she is, bro. She made you look like a joke." The threat. That's when it turned. I told him again to leave. He got real quiet, nodded, stepped back like he was walking away, and then muttered, "Better watch yourself." Some people snap when you take everything from them. Then he walked off. What I did, I called the cops and filed a report, trespassing and verbal threat. I showed them the video from my cam. They said it was borderline, but they'd make a note in case something escalated. I've since changed the locks again. Installed cameras around the entire property. Alerted my lawyer. Started carrying protection, just in case. What this means? This wasn't just some sleazy affair. This guy thinks he owns her. Worse, I think she likes the attention. The danger. The drama. This isn't just about betrayal anymore. This is about safety. Mine, hers, even his if he keeps pushing the wrong person. The visit. It was late, maybe 10:15 p.m. She rang the bell 3 times. When I looked through the peephole, I nearly didn't see an answer. But something in her face made me pause. She looked scared, pale, The cockiness was gone. I opened the door barely. She said quietly, "Can I come in, please?" I let her. I don't even know why. Maybe I still needed answers. The bombshell. We sat. She didn't say anything for almost a minute. Then finally Mason. I sent too, just some guy I hooked up with. She took a deep breath. He has been following me, showing up places, sending messages from different numbers. He showed up at my friend's job last week. He was obsessed. I asked her why didn't he go to the police. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Because I thought I could control it. I thought I was in charge." That sentence, that one sentence told me everything I needed to know. She wasn't a victim. Not at first. She just lost control of her own mess. The sickest part. She then said, "I don't even know if I ever liked him. I just liked how it felt to be, wanted to feel in control again." Then she asked if I'd helped her. Just until I figure out what to do. She wanted to stay with me after everything. My response. I told her flatly, "You created this. You invited it in. You broke us. Now you're scared of the monster you fed." She cried. Not the fake hysterics, real quiet crying. I think she finally saw the wreckage she caused. I didn't let her stay. I gave her my lawyer's number and the non-emergency police line. Then I closed the door. Where I'm at, I still feel nothing. No rage. No satisfaction. Just clarity. She wanted power, attention, validation, and got chaos. I wanted love, and I got a stranger in my home with lipstick, lies, and backseat betrayal. One more update to go. The divorce hearing. It lasted 18 minutes. Lena didn't even look at me. She wore sunglasses indoors, like the drama queen she has always been. Her lawyer spoke more than she did. I just signed what I needed, answered a few questions under oath, and walked out feeling not angry, not broken, just done. Lena now no idea where she is. I heard through a mutual friend that she moved in with her sister. Mason S. apparently ghosted. She blocked him after that night at my door. The drama train she was riding finally derailed, and she has left picking up her own mess. And I'm finally stepping off the tracks. What I learned. You can't save someone who is addicted to chaos. Loyalty means nothing to someone who treats it like currency. Sometimes closure isn't a conversation. It's a locked door and no forwarding address. I spent so long trying to understand why she did it. How she could until I realized it didn't matter. She chose it. She destroyed it, and I survived it. Where I'm going. I'm rebuilding one habit at a time. Sleeping better. Eating real food again. Picking up old hobbies. Therapy starts next week. I'm not ashamed of that. Because this wasn't just the end of a marriage. It was the start of me choosing me again. Thanks to everyone who supported. Messaged or just sat silently reading. You got me through hell. Now I'm walking out of it.